What's up, YouTube? We're doing another episode of Lefty Losing It with Rita Panahi. Let's get into it. Let's go.
Now it's time for Lefties Losing It. We're going to get to some Super Bowl hijinks shortly, including Taylor Swift being booed aggressively while President Donald Trump was cheered loudly. Didn't that see the left meltdown? But let's start with Democrat Maxine Waters, who, along with other demented democracy deniers,
I hate Maxine Waters. I hate that old hag.
denying lefties, tried to break into the Department of Education and accosted a federal employee standing in their way. Watch this utter lunacy.
Look them in the eye. Come on, hold your face up. Look at him. Let them see you. This is him. Look at it. What's your name? Tell us your name. Give me that ID again.
Giving you the ID, I showed it to you.
So what?
I showed you the ID.
You do what?
I showed you the ID.
Could you let me see the ID again? Huh?
No.
No? Will someone else ask him for the ID? Will you
For what?
ask him for it? He won't let me see it again. You didn't see it.
Why?
They didn't see it.
Oh my God. Someone give that man a big fat pay rise. He deserves it. He's had a gutful of these juvenile antics from Democrat geriatrics.
Are you prepared to stand here all night if we decide to stay?
I guess, yeah.
All right, well, you just stay right there then. You just stay and stay.
Why aren't you letting us go to that desk like we were able to do last year?
He's not a U.S. employee.
This is a public
Did
institution.
Elon Musk hire you? Who do you work for? Who do you work for?
Are you not aware of
Who do
Did
you work
Elon
for?
Musk hire you? Now let's check in on Hollywood has-been Richard Gere. You know, the dude whose career highlight was playing a businessman who falls for a hooker he picked up off the streets. He was in Spain for something called the Goya Awards, and he felt the need to share some dangerously delusional thoughts about President Trump and his supporters.
I bet.
Are you in shock, Richard?
And I'm in shock. My wife is in shock. We're all in shock. You know, the people spoke and they elected this president, and that's a fact. But I don't even think the people who elected him really believed that he was going to do what he said he was going to do.
Just how thick, how dangerously out of touch does one need to be to not understand that Trump supporters are ecstatic, over the moon about his first 3 weeks? They prayed he would follow through and deliver on all those election promises, and
Right.
he has. Now, you may not like it if you're on the left, but deluding yourself into thinking that Trump supporters are upset, well, that's idiotic. But old Dick Gere wasn't done yet. Listen to this tiresome rant.
This is dark time in the U.S. And I
What?
think it's a time for everyone to stand up. You know, I was reading an article.
It is not dark times. It's happy times. This fool's Richard Gere. He's definitely losing it. What is he talking about?
By someone, a Hungarian, who watched things change so radically under Orban. And he said, America better be vigilant, because we didn't know how fast this would happen in Hungary. And I can see this happening very quickly now. We have this incredibly dark marriage of power and money like we've never seen before.
Not only hysterical, but completely wrong. The money was with the Democrats. It has
Right. Trump just got in 3 weeks ago. Biden had it the last 4 or 5 years, and Kamala. So what is he talking about?
been for a long time. The majority of billionaires were with the Democrats, including the likes of George Soros, Bill Gates, Mark Cuban, Michael Bloomberg, and many more. That's why Kamala Harris was able to outspend Trump by 3-1. Here are some facts for Richard Gere from journalist and best-selling author Batia Unga-Sargon, who actually relies on facts, not just feelings and hyperbole. She wrote, Trump won folks making under $100,000, while the Democrats won those making over $100,000. Biden had 2 billionaires to every one Trump had. 2-1. 75% of hedge funders gave to Kamala. 9 out of the 10 richest counties and 65% that are making more than $500,000, well, they're represented by the Democrats. But Richard Gere isn't going to let a little thing like inconvenient facts interrupt him spewing
y'all.
far-left nonsense.
I'm coming from a place now.
He's still going? Man, this dude talks a lot.
That we're in a very dark place in America.
Oh, no, we're not. We're in a great place. It's only been 3 weeks.
Where we have a bully and a thug who is the President of the United States.
Oh, so asinine. And guess what? He references that article he read from a Hungarian again, but this time it's just a reader's letter in the New York Times.
But it's not just in the U.S., it's everywhere. Everywhere. You know, I read a really moving
Now he's lying. First it was just in Hungary. Now it's everywhere. This dude's lying.
letter in the New York Times from a gentleman in Hungary. And he was the slippery slope of how this happens everywhere. Authoritarianism takes us all over. We have to be vigilant, we have to be alert, we have to be energetic, we have to be brave, we have to be courageous.
We have to be brave and courageous. These empty vessels like gear are just so painfully dim. I just wish they would listen to the sage words of advice from Ricky Gervais. Remember a few years ago when he told them this?
If you do win an award tonight, don't use it as a platform to make a political speech, right? You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world. Most of you spent less time in school than Greta Thunberg.
Okay, to the Super Bowl, and before we look at what actually happened, let's check in with a typical lefty Karen being miserable.
If you are having trouble still deciding who you are going to root for this weekend in the Super Bowl, may I give you just a couple of things to ponder over and think about. The Chiefs kicker is Harrison Butker. The same Harrison Butker who went on a tangent last year and has said that women need to leave their jobs and just be mothers and their sole responsibility is to take care of men. He's also a huge Trump supporter and would be first in line to be a commander when the Handmaid's Tale happens. Patrick Mahomes, who is the Chiefs quarterback, him and his wife, both huge Trumpers.
Let's hear what other reasons she has for picking your Super Bowl team.
Taylor Swift was born and raised an Eagles fan, and the only reason that she is now a Chiefs fan is because her boyfriend plays for the team. She is always going to be an Eagles fan.
Interesting mentioning Taylor Swift there. Watch here as the Kamala lover is booed mercilessly. Her reaction is priceless. Today, Donald Trump became the first sitting president to attend the Super Bowl, and the reaction from the crowd was huge, huge. From the moment he entered the stadium, any lefties watching, can I suggest you divert your eyes now, because I think this is going to just fill you with unbridled rage.
President Trump!
Go, Trump.
We love you!
Go, America.
We love you!
And even players were keen to shake the president's hand. That was Chiefs star Chris Jones. Now, we heard the boos when Taylor Swift was on the big screen. Listen to what happened when President Donald Trump was put on the big screen at the stadium. Now, there'll be plenty more lefties losing at content with my next guest, including the anthem furor today. This is the way the national anthem was presented at the Super Bowl.
Now I missed this. I was just coming home from work, and I missed what the Black National Anthem. I didn't even know we had one. I heard. I heard they were going to do it a lot more often, but I never. Every time they had it on, I either missed it like I did this Sunday, or they just went through it really fast. Well, let's hear it.
Can you see by the dawn's early light?
It's a long way from Whitney Houston, a long way from Chris Stapleton. Remember that a couple of years ago? That's how you perform the anthem. But today, the NFL again insisted on having what is called the Black National Anthem. Let's see how that went.
Obviously, I'm black. I never heard this before. I thought they were talking about like how he was doing it, like putting a little spin on it. You know what I mean? A little twang on it. But I never heard an actual national black anthem. And you know, I'm black. I'm dark. I never heard this before. That's crazy.
There is no place for separate racial anthems in my book. It's one nation, one flag, one anthem. Why
Facts.
is, I don't know, 14% of the population entitled to an additional anthem? Joining me now is comedian and host of Prime Time with Alex Stein on Blaze TV. Alex Stein. Alex,
Shout out to Rita. Hope you like my reaction. I'm trying to get better at this. This is absolutely crazy. Not as crazy like shocking like crazy that people are still doing the black anthem. That Taylor Swift was trying to make the waves, trying to get Kamala in there. She lost at that. Taylor lost with her boyfriend at the Super Bowl. That's enough, man. That's enough. Shout out to Trump though. Welcome back, America. Shout out to Trump. If you like my video, give this video a thumbs up, comment down below, share this on social media platforms, hit the bell notification. Let's get my video up on the front page, get my videos in the algorithm. I love y'all. I love YouTube, man. No matter if you're on the left, on the right, in the middle, you're nothing. You're just out there. I love YouTube. If I can do this for full time, I would do it, man. It brings so much joy to me. I hope you guys come back. I want to build a family. I want to build something that all walks of life can feel comfortable coming to my channel. So if you like that, I'm happy. Anyway, my name is Kale Sounds. Peace.